Data, data, data everywhere, but what to do with it? You can have the best of everything and still fail or fail to thrive if you don't know how stuff fits together. This is the short and sweet Costco sample version of the audio for this deck. We go into more detail when the deck is presented live. Before we get started, it's useful to have some context regarding who has found this to be really valuable. For example, C-suite executives find this incredibly useful when they're trying to make smart, defensible, strategic decisions because it allows them to see visually, cross-functionally what's going on with the organization. And marketing executives like that it helps them better drive customer behaviors, which drives revenue. Operating and finance executives like the idea that it helps them make smarter decisions faster, link strategies to financial outcomes, and make the trade-off decisions necessary with competing priorities. And everyone else in the company really appreciates the clarity on why it is they're doing the things they're doing, which helps with better problem solving. And business students like this because it shows them how all of their classes fit together, which makes the learnings in class more applicable to the real world. What I learned from Sears is that you can have all of the data in the world and still have nothing if you don't know how the data fits together. On the other hand, what I learned from Walmart is if you know how all the data fits together, business then becomes collaborative fun. A lot of the challenges in business become opportunities when you know how all the pieces fit together. Going forward, knowing how all the pieces fit together will also be called integrated thinking. Everything is so much easier when you realize that good business is about three things. It's the foundation for integrated thinking in business. At Sears, they had KPIs, they had scorecards and dashboards, but they didn't know how any of it fit together. A key understanding in business is that good business falls apart if both the customer and the company don't win at the same time. A great way to think about the benefits of integrated thinking in business is that everyone is happier, faster, and more productive when everyone is working off of the same puzzle box lid. At your company, if nobody knows what the puzzle box lid looks like, are there opportunities for improvement? Now we'll move into what the flow looks like when you put it all together. The flow of the customer experience and the flow of the business cut across the functional silos. So to do business well, it's best to know how these things fit together. To really leverage integrated thinking to drive profitable growth, it's important to understand that businesses and projects flow from potential to profitability and the points in between. And this means profitability for both the company and the customer. This is the integrated thinking business model. This model works for products, projects, and even the company as a whole. A lot of integrated thinking business models have been produced by simply writing down things you already know. You simply take what it is that you are given and what it is that you intend to do about it, like how it is you are going to hook people from their heads to their hearts. Look at what the results are, what you anticipate them to be. This includes revenues, costs, earnings, perceived future trends, and the total value delivered to the company. After taking a look at what it is that you've been given, what it is you do about it, and what the results are, you then determine how successful you were. Looking at the value you delivered to the customer, the value you delivered to the company, and where it is that you put the balancing point. This is what it looks like when you put it all together. Now you can strip in your objectives, and you use these as strategy anchors. You can strip in your operational strategy, given what it is that you offer, and evaluate the end result of your marketing strategy, given the total value you've delivered to customers. Then there's your financial strategy, or the total value delivered to the company. You can even take into account the customer strategy on whether they trial, purchase, or repurchase. Given at the bare minimum these four strategies and your strategy anchors, you can now come up with a balanced strategy which will best drive the company forward. According to one summer intern, all this is common sense. This is all well and good, but in practical terms, how do you implement integrated thinking? In workshops, we do this as a Mad Lib fill in the blank like exercise. It's a lot of fun. This has even been used by people in HR where they took the flow of the business, stripped in the people metrics, and then finally stripped in the business metrics so that way they had a picture of the entire company and its internal workings. The only way to know how to best invest in the company is to know how the decisions in one area affect the decisions in another area and how it impacts the whole given the flow of the business. Making this all super simple, if the customers are like one handrail of the boat and the company's like the other handrail of the boat, the objective isn't to rock the boat back and forth by running from handrail to handrail, but to understand that bright, shiny star off on the horizon that everybody's to be aiming at. Part of that bright, shining star is determining how to best get into the head of the customer to get them to learn about what it is you're offering, their smile to like it, to their hands or feet to do something about it, to their hearts for loyalty, winning over the whole customer. Here's a quick retail example just to give you a better feel for how this has been applied. At one company, we did some customer journey mapping to see how easy it was for people to enter, find what they need at a price that they thought was fair, help them pay, and help them get back out again. Armed with this new customer journey map, we were able to better take a look at what it is that we could do to drive profitability for the organization while also improving the customer's experience. Here is just one example of what happens when you ignore integrated thinking. Sears was really big into Six Sigma, but they actively resisted integrated thinking. As a result, their actions were similar to putting the shiniest coat of paint possible on a car that was upside down and in a ditch. Great execution, but on the wrong things which helped destroy the company. Here are some next steps regarding how it is that you can think going forward and some of the things that you can do about it. When you realize that life, data, business, and everything is like a Seurat oil painting, it's nothing but a series of dots, it is so much easier to see both the details as well as the big picture. And with this new understanding, make even smarter and more defensible decisions going forward. Now that you can see what is possible, here's the good news. Organizing your thinking like this is free. It can all happen relatively quickly, and there's even help to make it easier for you. Please let me know if you have any questions. And please let me know if you'd like me to walk you or a group through this. It's actually a lot of fun, especially the puzzle box lid exercise. And definitely, please feel free to share this with others, with other coworkers, with other friends, relatives at big holiday festivities, things like that. I look forward to hearing from you.